What's up, freaking world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. Why am I talking soft? Because we're talking about calming and relaxing fragrances. Okay, I'm kidding. We're not going in that direction. But these fragrances that I'm going to be talking about will transport you in some way. At least they transport me to a very calming and soothing place. Some of these fragrances I do wear out, and some of them I wear just for me. Maybe, not so much around other people. We're gonna dive right into the list here. We have an honorable mention, and this was sent to me by Unique You. Again, I did a video on their subscription service. I have it here in a little decant. And from the house of Frapin, I love this. I wore this yesterday. This is called 1270. Now, in the scent character of this fragrance, it's not all that relaxing and soothing, I would say. It's very sweet and rich, very fruity. There's pineapple, I think there's plum in there, a lot of mixed fruits, but it does have a richness to it. I think there's some amber, maybe some vanilla. Very gorgeous scent, but it wears very light. And I think it's performance mixed with this mix of notes here is what makes it very calming. You put it on, and even though it is very sweet and rich, it doesn't scream, and it just kind of makes you sit back and you just got to take a moment. And I love it for that. That's all I'm going to say about it. I think I talk about it more in the video, so feel free to check out the video if you want to know more about 1270 from Frapin. And now we're going to dive into the list. I tried to rank this list basically from least calming to most calming or relaxing fragrances. Even though I consider all of them pretty relaxing, they're not necessarily ranked in my favorite fragrances in terms of scent, like I like this one more than that one. But again, trying to stick to the measurement and the scale of relaxation. So coming in at number 10 is a fragrance from the house of YSL L'Homme. This is called L'Homme Ultime. And you would think that this could be a fairly unrelaxing fragrance based on the notes. Lots of ginger, and ginger can be a very spicy and zingy note, but it is made round with rose in here. There's a lot of woods in it. I think there's some vetiver, and there's a little bit of sweetness. And I put this on and I just feel collected and calm, but not as calm as some of the others on the list. Still a fantastic scent. That is L'Homme Ultime from YSL L'Homme. Now here at number 9, you're gonna see a variety of fragrance profiles here. It doesn't always have to be sweet and warm. It can also be fresh. And in this case, we have Silver Mountain Water from Creed. The reason why I find this to be a very relaxing scent is it is so transportive. I just imagine myself at the base of a mountain in the Alps maybe, and it's cold and the wind is kind of icy but not piercing, and I'm just taking a full deep breath of that cool mountain air, and I'm relaxed. And I would imagine I'm wearing a nice thick coat so I'm not super cold, otherwise I wouldn't be very relaxed. And it borders on the line of invigorating and relaxing. That's why it's kind of low on the list here, but still a very soothing scent, not super loud. That also helps to contribute to its calming nature. And at least for me, this is a very calming, fresh scent. That is Silver Mountain Water from Creed. Here at number 8, yet another fresher scent, but more in the citrusy direction here. This is called L'Homme Ideal Cologne. Pardon the background noise, someone's mowing their lawn outside, so if you hear that, I apologize. I've talked about this scent a lot over the past several months, and man, even though it is citrus based, a lot of grapefruit in here, it comes off as lemon though, this has a nice creamy nature to it, a sweet and creamy nature. It is a little bit bright and fizzy with pink pepper. That's what again keeps it lower on the list. Not super relaxing, but it is pretty calming, and again, performance is light. That might be something you'll see as a trend on this list. It's very nice, very relaxing, But you can also wear it out during the day when you're running around and kind of more high energy. It works in that way, but it soothes me. That is Guerlain L'Homme Ultime Cologne. Alrighty, at number 7, this is a very special fragrance, and this is one of 2 very special fragrances that I'm going to be including on this list. This was provided to me by a niche perfume shop in Malaga, Spain. It's called Equación Natural, which means natural equation. And Pedro, who is very generous, he's the shop owner, he sent me these 2 fragrances from the house of Oriza Legrand. I say that terribly, so forgive me. But they're a French niche house. They've been around since the 1700s. And basically he's been working with the brand Oriza Legrand for many years. And actually over the past couple of years, he had them make 2 limited edition fragrances of previously released fragrances that they have. The first one here I'm going to be talking about, this is called Oración, which means oration. And this was based on a 2012 release from the brand called Relique d'Amour. That's the original fragrance. Looks like this. And for the limited edition, you see that they kind of scaled down the bottle a bit, obviously, but they had this nice special label and also a really beautiful box with the similar labeling on it, kind of a paper box. Fragrance sits in there. Simple but beautiful. And Pedro commissioned the brand Oriza Legrand to make 2 fragrances that kind of center around Semana Santa, which is Easter week. And it just so happens that these 2 fragrances and their scent profile already kind of reflect that vibe, that scent, the smell that you would smell in a town like Malaga during that time of the year. Lots of incense burning, things like that. Everything is very holy smelling. And Oración in particular, man, this is a very transportive scent. I literally feel like I'm walking into kind of a dark cathedral, maybe made of stone, but there's wood around, almost like I'm walking into the courtyard of a cathedral where there's trees in the church. Bear with me, maybe you wouldn't see this, but in maybe an open courtyard, there's trees, so it is woody to me. It's kind of dry, but it has almost this damp nature to it, almost like a wet stone kind of nature. There's a very, very slight floral sweetness from lily in here, but what you mainly get is a lot of pine. Very green and a little bit earthy, again, kind of almost stony and wet, but a little bit sweet and floral, and definitely a little smoky from incense. When I first smelled this, I was a little bit taken aback. I'd never smelled anything like this, and I didn't know how I felt about it. But in subsequent wearings, man, this is really a beautiful scent. It's something that, again, I probably would not wear out unless I'm going to church, but I mainly just wear for myself to relax. Again, to be calm, to be soothed, and Oración is a great way to do that. And at number 6, from the house of Bottega Veneta, another fragrance I've talked about quite a bit over the past few months, this is called Parfums Extreme. The name itself might sound like this cannot be a calming scent, but it is. Man, it's very gentlemanly and elegant. It is earthy and leathery, lots of leather in this one. It is a little bit green, there's also pine here as well, but it's so smooth. These notes can be very potent and pungent and in your face, but they are done so well here. It's a very round scent. It's, again, kind of leathery and warm and earthy and green, but everything is so well blended, and it just makes me feel relaxed and calm and collected. Again, performance is pretty light. It'll last a while, but it doesn't scream off the skin. Love this stuff. Very relaxing scent for me. That is Parfums Extreme from Bottega Veneta. Cracking into the top 5 here. Up here is a fragrance that I'm not going to talk a whole lot about right now because I'm going to actually do a dedicated review on this very soon. This is a brand new release from the house of Roja Parfums, which has not been released at this point in time that I'm shooting this, but later on it will be. This is called Danger Parfum Cologne. The Parfum Cologne version of the original Danger Parfum, which I think came in 2 concentrations, if I'm not mistaken. Good Lord. Again, I'm not gonna talk much about it. This is vanillic, it's sweet, it is kind of fresh and aromatic. It's super intriguing. It's almost mysterious in a way. Very alluring, but also very soothing, at least for me. Again, it does not scream off the skin. It sits close, but it just kind of radiates. And man, it just evens me out. Again, I'll talk about it more very soon. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But for now, that's Danger Parfum Cologne from Roja Parfums. Here is number 4. I did do a review on this a couple months back. This is from the house of Rêveur. I'm saying that terribly wrong. It translates to dreamer in French. This is called Obsidian. If you want to check out the review, you can do so right here. Beautiful scent. I'm not going to say much about it because I say all about it in the review, but this is again on the fresher side of things. Beautifully fresh and soapy and clean, citrusy, kind of sweet and fruity with pineapple in here. Might be some citron. And it is very light, but it has good performance. It lasts a good while on the skin. That's all I'm going to say about it. Again, in the realm of the fresh, calming scents, this is Obsidian. Check out the review if you want to know more. Here at number 3, this is the second of the 2 fragrances that I received from Ecuación Natural from Pedro in Malaga, Spain. This is called Malaga Santa. Yet again, referring to Easter week. And this is based on a fragrance previously released by the brand called Oración. Again, saying that terribly, my French is bad. But this one is called again Malaga Santa, and man, yet again another transportive scent. Yet another fragrance that is incense based, but this one goes in a different direction. We have lots of resins in here. It's warm and sweet. It's actually quite a bit of benzoin and elemi. Again, both of those are resins, and they come out more for me as it dries, mixing with that incense, making it again balsamic and sweet and resinous, but still kind of smoky. It's so beautiful. It's almost vanillic in a way. And there's a touch of greenness too. There's also pine in here, and it's even a little bit sparkling and fresh when you first spray it on. There's some aldehydes in here. And as it dries, again, stays resinous. Labdanum is in the base. You also get some leather, some amber down there. Man, this is a beautiful scent. And this reminds me of also kind of being in a church, in a cathedral, maybe not so woody and stony and rocky like Oración, but more of a sweeter incense. I'm kind of surrounded by incense and candles, and it's more of a warm scent, whereas Oración is kind of a cooler scent, if that makes any sense. Beautiful fragrance, and Pedro is being very generous, offering you guys 5% off of your purchase of either of these fragrances. They come in 50 milliliter bottles here. The coupon code is here. I actually don't have it at the time of shooting the video, but it will be here and you can check it out. And again, get you 5% off either fragrance from the niche perfume shop's website. Again, they're called Ecuación Natural. So go ahead and check it out. See what you think of these fragrances. Really nice stuff if you like incense. Incense can naturally be very soothing and relaxing, and that's why both of these made this list. At number 2, a fragrance that doesn't get much talk, and this is from the house of Guerlain. This is from their Aqua Allegoria line. This is called Teazzura. And this is a wonderful scent based on chamomile tea. It's a little bit floral. There's some citrus in there as well. It's sweet and kind of warming, and it's tea-like. It definitely smells like chamomile. If you've ever had the tea, it smells like chamomile tea, but there's a little bit of a floral nature to it. It is kind of bright, again, with the citruses. It's fresh and aromatic. There's even a little bit of jasmine in here, which again kind of makes it a little bit white floral-like. Beautiful scent, definitely unisex. Some might say it leans feminine, but I think anyone can wear this. I normally wear this for myself, but I could wear this out too during the day. Very calming, very soothing. Chamomile tea, or tea of any kind, is really gonna be a very calming scent. And that is why Teazzura makes the list. And here at number 1, a controversial number 1 because of the brand that this comes from, from the house of Parfums Vintage, which many people hate. Like I've said before, there are several fragrances from the brand that I really enjoy, and I think they serve their purpose very well. And this is one of them. This is called Imbue. Okay, and you've heard me talk about this before if you've been watching the channel for the past year or so. This is their recreation of Gucci's Pour Homme 2, which is allegedly discontinued but still pretty readily available at this point in time, and actually a little cheaper than Imbue. But I think what you get for the added price here is a little bit better quality. It's richer and smoother. If you don't know what Gucci Pour Homme 2 smells like, it smells like tea. It's a warming tea. There's lots of cinnamon, and again, tea is one of the main notes in here. There's also a very interesting tobacco note. It's fresh, but again, immediately smooth and calming and soothing with that tea note. The cinnamon is not super spicy. It does add a little bit of a sweetness to it. I just love this stuff. I love the way it makes me feel. I'm gonna spray some on just to remind me of the scent. Gosh, yes. Beautiful stuff. Kind of a compliment getter too if you wear it in the right situations. But don't wear it to a party or anything. Wear it to a place where everyone's just relaxed and chilling. This is one of my favorite calming scents to wear from the house of Parfums Vintage, that is Imbue. Now, you know what time it is? Time to let me know down in the comments what your favorite relaxing or soothing fragrance is for you. What calms you down? What makes you feel collected when you smell it? The moment you spray it on and you smell it and you just know, you feel grounded and you feel just connected to the earth and not a care in the world, at least for that moment. Let me know what that is down in the comments. If you like the content, show me a like. I'm giving you 2 back. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Would love to see you back for more. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. See you in the next one.